Oh, the joy of relationships. They start out exciting, fun, thrilling, and then sometimes they feel frustrating and upsetting and confusing. Well, how do we make sense of the relationships that are in our life, whether it's our spouse, our children, or even our boss? Well, I have an expert today, Cathy Lumsden, who is going to help us with our relationships and to help us have that better connection. Cathy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm thrilled.
Now, you wrote an incredible book, and I love the title of it.
Yes, The Best Advice Your Mother Never Gave You, a guide to finding love in the 21st century.
So how did you come up with that title?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Our moms didn't know, our dads didn't know, our grandparents didn't know how to create an emotionally connected, healthy relationship. They didn't have the time, right? They didn't have the resources. So now we know in the 21st century, we have the answers.
So when I think about my parents, and so many of my friends, their parents, they haven't had success in relationships. I mean, our parents have been divorced, maybe some have never remarried. I know parents who just, after one relationship failed, they just shut down, and there was never anyone in their life again.
And that is so common. Even some of the young people. I actually spoke to a woman today. She's like early 30s. She has no desire to be in a relationship. She's scared to death. So people are starting to see that so-called institute, number one, isn't working anymore. But they're feeling inside that they can't handle another heartbreak, because heartbreak is anguish. It is anguish.
So where do we go from here? You know, if we're afraid to be in a relationship, if we've created a barrier around ourselves, how do we break through that?
Well, first thing is we need to change your perception about that. So for example, we all have old belief systems. I call them blueprints. Feeling like we're not important, feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like we're failing, or feeling like we're alone. And then, as little people, we develop coping styles. Some of us become pleasers, some of us have a need to control, some of us are order and superiority, I know best all the time, and some just avoid. Every single person has them. The blueprint goes off into your adult life, and every relationship is affected by it. So, how do you change your perception? Well, first of all, we have to get the black sunglasses off, because I'm feeling like I don't matter. I'm feeling like my husband doesn't care about me. I don't matter, my needs. I don't even know what my needs are with my sunglasses on.
So if I see someone with black sunglasses on, is that what they're thinking?
No. No, this is just a fun exercise. This is just for fun. So I say to people, what's a different perception? How about we look at it through rose-colored glasses? Okay? What's the world look like this way? Well, it's perfect. Is it reality? No, but either are the black sunglasses, but people think the black sunglasses are reality, right? So how about we look just through facts? What are the facts? That you actually are not good enough, SpongeBob. There aren't any facts most of the time. If you actually stop and think about your thinking, ask your friends. Ask your friends sometimes. When you're really down, you need to get that. So changing your perception is extremely important. Number one, 80-20 rule, 80% of your emotional reactivity is coming from those old belief systems. Catch it, know it. Know that your partner who's reacting at you also has an old blueprint to help you stop personalizing it. These are just a few tips that I talk about.
Now, Cathy, you are truly an expert. You're an Adlerian psychotherapist. And how long have you been in practice?
Over 25 years, worked with over 100,000 different clients throughout my life, yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand that this is your first book. Do you have another one that's coming out?
Yes, I'm writing another book, co-authoring it with Evita Roche, and it's called Talking Naked.
Talking Naked.
Ooh.
That's an interesting sounding book. What does it mean to be talking naked? Is it what it sounds like?
No. It's how can you be transparent in a relationship? How can you learn to be authentic and not be frightened to be who you really are? Right? Because a lot of us feel like if you get too close to me and you really find out what I'm like, you're going to leave me. And that's number one fear that everybody has, is you're going to leave me, I'm going to be alone, and I'm not going to be loved.
That's interesting that that's the number one fear, that you're going to leave me. I mean, I do see that not only within my friendships, and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But how do we make peace with that fear of being left or abandonment?
Abandonment. Well, first of all, we need to really understand that that is a story. It's not a reality. That is your blueprint. So catch yourself finding yourself talking that way and change your thinking around.
Kathy, so I understand you have an exercise that you want to show us.
Yes, an imagery. It's very powerful.
Okay, so let's go take a look at that right now.
Okay. So Janine, what I want you to do is think of a time when you were emotionally upset, angry, hurt, whatever you choose.
Okay. Then do I tell you?
And tell me it.
Probably this last year or so, dealing with a mother who has dementia, who is very challenging. She's not a sweet little lady. She's not happy. She's in an assisted living, and she's a mad person. She's not the mother I grew up with.
That must be so difficult.
Yeah, I'm her primary caregiver, even though she's in the home. So I get the good, bad, and indifferent. So it's a challenge. I never dreamed it would be that way.
No.
And it's just she can't help it, and it's just hard to reconcile your head with your heart. So that's probably the biggest challenge I have in my life right now.
Yeah, that's hard.
So.
Okay. So what are the dominant feelings that come up for you?
Probably never being able to do the right thing, no matter how hard you try. It's always a negative thing. Everything's viewed opposite. Everything is it's totally twisted and turned, and she can't help it. It's not her, it's the brain's not working right.
Yeah.
And her anger and her frustration and her depression. I'm like the devil. So
yes.
it's all, it's a constant criticism, a constant you hate me, a constant you don't love me, you dump me here, those type of things.
So a lot of helpless, like you've no control.
I can't control her at
Okay.
all, and
Okay.
I just try to stay positive and try to change the subject, and we have a lot of drop conversations because her mind can't center on one thing for very long.
Okay.
So it's a lot of, and you can't use logic.
No.
Because there is no logic.
No.
You just have to figure out ways to pacify it and to move on to the next subject
Okay.
without wanting to kill her.
No.
Or her kill me.
Yeah. Okay, so close your eyes, and what I want you to do is stay with those feelings of helplessness. No matter what I do, it doesn't work, I can't get it right. And I want you to let your mind come up with an image. It feels like X when I'm having to deal with my mom. And what image pops into your mind?
It feels like I'm on a tightrope, and I'm standing all alone on a tightrope, and no matter which direction I go, there's no way out.
Okay.
It's a bottomless pit, and it's nothing positive.
Yeah, that's pretty scary up there.
Yeah, you never know what's happening.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's very scary, very helpless, very you don't know what to do next.
Okay, so close your eyes again. Scan your body where you're storing these feelings. And I want you to see yourself up there on this tightrope. And what I want you to do is put your creative thinking cap on, and I want you to create 4 different images that help change these feelings. It can be whatever they are, and when they come, I'd like you to tell me.
Okay. There's a large tree that's there that I can jump off the tightrope, and I can jump to safety.
Good.
And I can be back in control and be safe again.
Nice.
Another one is down below what looked like a bottomless pit, just endless water. In reality, I'm only a few feet above it, and it's only a foot deep, and I can jump down to solid ground and be safe and again in control.
Nice. Okay, good.
Another one, how about there's a safety harness on me that I didn't realize was there, so if I fall, I won't fall. The safety harness will just swing me below, and I'll be safe and again and in control.
And secure.
And secure.
Good. Okay, one more.
Oh, one more on a tightrope. How about a helicopter comes out of nowhere?
Love it.
Whisks me away to safety into the beautiful sunset.
Nice. Okay, good. So you really got into the creativity. So what I want you to do is, using all your senses, I want you to play with those 4 amazing images you just created, just for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Really get into feeling the difference, seeing it, hearing, smell, using a different side of our brain.
describe those or just?
No, just sit with it and experience it. Good. Good. So which one feels more real? Which one feels like you can really grasp hold, that your favorite one?
Probably jumping to the tree.
Okay.
It's a big, like old tree with great big limbs that are perfect for climbing, and you have lots of directions you can go. And the road to you can sit there and just stare at the beautiful sun, or you can climb down onto the safety of the ground. And I can smell the grass, and I can hear the leaves blowing, and I can feel the warmth of the sun.
You're good. Deep roots. This tree has really deep roots.
Deep
okay.
roots,
So that's your favorite one.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So going through those 4 different ones, how are you feeling now about interacting with your mom?
More peaceful, much more at rest. I envision being with her, and instead of tensing up, I envision jumping on my tree
Good.
to safety, or I envision jumping in the water and splashing and enjoying it, and not trying to take the stress away and just let her ramble, and I'm in a safe place, and I'm not in stress, and I'm not upset. I'm just peacefully breathing through it.
Lovely. Love it. Okay, you can open your eyes. Excellent. So what happens is, this is just one tip. This is one tool you can add to your toolbox so that you can change your feelings when you need to interact with your mom, right? So you could do that before you go, you can do it during, and that'll really keep you grounded enough to deal with your mom.
That's great, because anything I can do to welcome that, I've reached out to every possible, because your heart and your head are 2 different things.
Absolutely.
No matter how smart you are or educated you are, your heart's still there.
Right.
It's a parent, and believe me, my tree will be there.
Good.
So will my helicopter.
Good. Thank you, my dear, for helping.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
okay.
it. That's
All right.
awesome.
Thanks.
That was powerful.
It's extremely powerful. Imagery uses a totally different side of the brain. We can talk ourselves into things, but imagery is extremely powerful. Athletes, Olympic athletes use it, astronauts use it. Very powerful.
Cathy Lumsden, thank you so much for being here with us, and your book, The Best Advice Your Mother Never Gave You, and Talking Naked, coming out soon. And thank you again for being here on the show.
Thanks, Kristen. It was great.